Welcome back to the VybeShift Podcast. This week's core problem is one that many people are experiencing right now, whether they realize it or not. I am being pulled in too many directions at once. What's fascinating about this problem is that it rarely announces itself directly. Most people don't wake up and say, I have too many variables in my life. Instead, they say, I'm tired, I'm overwhelmed, I can't focus, I don't know where to start. I feel like I'm falling behind. What they are often describing is the experience of trying to manage too many things simultaneously. And here's what makes this especially challenging. Most of the things pulling at your attention are legitimate. They actually matter. Your bills matter, your family matters, your work matters, that your health matters, your future matters, which creates a very important distinction. The problem is not that you're focused on unimportant things. The problem is that your mind is trying to give equal attention to all important things at the same time. And that's where overwhelm begins. The day you became responsible for everything. There's an interesting phenomenon that happens to many capable people. One day, without realizing it, they receive an invisible promotion. Nobody announces it, nobody celebrates it, nobody even tells them it happened. Yet somehow they became the CEO of everything. They become responsible for every outcome, every possibility, every future scenario, every potential problem, every person they care about. And because they care deeply, they begin monitoring it, all of it. The mortgage, the retirement account, the next career move, the health concern, the relationship issue, the unfinished project, the aging parents, the children's future, the state of the economy, the uncertainty ahead. And little by little, the number of variables grows. At first, it feels responsible. At first, it feels mature. At first, it feels productive. But eventually, something shifts. Responsibility quietly becomes burden. Caring versus carrying. One of the most important distinctions I have ever encountered is this. There is a difference between caring about something and carrying it. Most people assume those are the same things. They are not. Caring creates connection. Carrying creates weight. You can care deeply about your family without caring every possible future outcome. You can care deeply about your finances without mentally replaying every financial scenario for hours. You can care deeply about your health without spending every day worrying about what might happen years from now. Many people believe their exhaustion comes from life itself, but sometimes their exhaustion comes from carrying things they were never meant to carry continuously. Imagine carrying a backpack. A backpack is useful, but imagine adding rocks to it every day. One rock for work, one rock for money, one rock for relationships, one rock for uncertainty, one rock for fear, one rock for future planning. Eventually the backpack becomes incredibly heavy. Not because any single rock is too much, because of the accumulation. The myth of simultaneous management. Many people unconsciously believe they should be able to manage every aspect of life simultaneously. But let's be honest, no human being functions that way. The mind wasn't designed to effectively focus on 20 priorities at once. When everything becomes a priority, nothing receives your full presence. And when nothing receives your full presence, everything starts feeling unfinished. This creates a painful cycle. You feel overwhelmed, so you think about more things. Thinking about more things creates more overwhelm. More overwhelm creates more pressure. More pressure creates less clarity. Less clarity creates more thinking. And around it goes. The hidden wisdom of simplicity. What if your next breakthrough doesn't require more effort? What if it requires fewer variables? This can feel uncomfortable because our culture celebrates addition. More goals, more information, more responsibilities, more opportunities, more productivity. Yet many of the wisest people throughout history discovered something different. They discovered that freedom often arrives through subtraction, not because less matters, but because focus matters, clarity matters, presence matters. Closing reflection. As we close today's episode, I want to leave you with a simple question. What are you mentally carrying right now that does not require your attention today? Not forever, today. What could be temporarily placed on a shelf? Because perhaps self-empowerment is not about becoming capable of carrying everything. Perhaps it is becoming wise enough to choose what deserves your attention right now. Continue the journey on the Vibrational Stage Podcast. This week on the Vibrational Stage Podcast, we're taking this conversation significantly deeper. While today's VybeShift Podcast focused on experience of being pulled in too many directions at once, the Vibrational Stage Podcast explores what may be happening beneath that experience. Why do capable people gradually become responsible for more variables than they can realistically manage? Why does the mind continuously monitor possibilities, problems, and future outcomes, even when doing so creates exhaustion? And what if overwhelm isn't evidence that you're failing, but evidence that you've been trying to carry more than was ever yours to carry? Together, we'll explore the relationship between responsibilities, attention, identity, and self-empowerment, while uncovering why reducing variables may be one of the most powerful forms of freedom available to us. How the two shows differ. The VybeShift Podcast is designed to help you recognize a core problem you may be experiencing right now. It focuses on awareness, practical insight, and helping you see new possibilities in situations that may currently feel overwhelming. The Vibrational Stage Podcast takes the same core problem deeper. Rather than focusing primarily on recognition, it explores the psychology, emotional, existential, and self-empowerment dimensions beneath the experience. The goal is not simply understanding what's happening, it's helping you experience that you are stronger than you know and not at the mercy of the pressures competing for your attention. Ready to go deeper? If today's episode resonated with you and you're ready to explore a deeper layer beneath this week's core problem, join us on the Vibrational Stage Podcast. You can follow the link in the show notes.